Well,
Sarina Wiegman is here. Expect plenty of questions about Mary Earps' retirement 5 weeks ahead of the Euros.
Because I want her in my team. And that must have been a really hard decision for her. And so it is for us. So, yes, of course there have been a couple of conversations which I don't want to share here, because that's between us. Yeah, and it's hard. I find it hard. And it's hard for her at the same time.
What do you find the hardest?
That I want her in my team. And she has, you know, she has done such a great job for England. She has made a massive difference, and we have had an incredible journey so far. And I really cherish that. So that's also where the disappointment comes from too.
Say you're disappointed, does that ever bubble into annoyance? Because we're only 5 weeks from the Euros and you've got a very inexperienced group of goalkeepers.
Yeah, of course, that's hard. But I want to keep to disappointment. It's emotional because you also have a relationship, and we've had such a massive journey together with lots of highs and of course some lows too. And that's what makes it really hard. But we have to move on too, and we don't have time now to celebrate that because we have to look forward. We have a game tomorrow, we're going into the Euros, and after that we can think about those things.
Leah, you were still celebrating on Monday, so what was your reaction when you found out?
Yeah, I spoke to Mary. Mary's, I hope she would describe me in the same way, but she's one of my closest friends in football in terms of what we've been through together, the journey that we've been on. So I'm devastated just because I love her. I love being her teammate. I think the way that she wears an England shirt is an example to us all. So I'm very sad that I don't get, those memories aren't going to continue in an England shirt. But for her, and if she thinks this is the best thing, I'll support her in that always.
I'm intrigued from a player's point of view because obviously you have the personal connection that goes back years, but also, as Sarina was saying, there's the England side to this, which is one, that national duty, and two, the fact that, the team is worse off without her. Is that difficult to balance?
Of course, when you have conversations as players, it's, like I say, selfishly, I want Mary as my teammate, and I think everybody in the country wants Mary to play for England because of the incredible service that she's given and the passion. I share that, which is why I think on that human level, if I know Mary and I know that playing for her country meant everything to her, and she always did such a great job with it, that I think for her to come to that decision, I will always respect that first, and I care about Mary as a human first before a footballer. But of course, we're a team and we want to win, and Mary and that team gives us a better chance of winning. I know that to be true.
As a defender, as captain, do you feel as though you've got a little bit of an experience gap in that team, and does that worry you going into a very difficult group at the Euros?
I think, but that's obvious. She's a leader. She's got experience. To lose her obviously leaves a gap there. But we've had that happen before, and players have to step up and show what they're made of also. So across the whole process of, it's not just you guys see what we do on a pitch, but there's obviously hours and hours and days, months that go into being a team that steps out there, and now we have an extra pair of shoes to fill in a number of different areas, and I'm sure the team will be grand. I think that's what you prepare for as a team, so that you're ready for all those eventualities.
So just one more question on Millie. Obviously she isn't here and she's been pretty open with the reason why she isn't here. Just how is she, kind of support is she getting from the team, and how much time does she have, I suppose, with a big tournament not far away?
Yeah, of course. She has to take care of herself. We are in conversations, and but I don't know where that gets to. We have we'll stay in contact, and I hope she feels better soon. But I don't know that yet at the moment.
Thanks, Anton. We'll go to Emma from the BBC. Thank you.
Hi both. Congratulations, Leah, obviously on Arsenal's win. Sarina, just to kind of follow up on the stuff you were saying about Mary, appreciate you covered a lot there, but there was some people who, described the decision as a selfish one because of the knock-on effect on obviously the team going into the Euros and the timing, etc. I wondered, what's kind of your response to that, and did that cross your mind at any point?
Well, I just want to keep it that I'm disappointed, I'm sad, I want her in the team, and just express the same things that I just expressed to you, and I'd want to keep it that way.
I appreciate that. And Leah, I suppose, you know, the same question to you.
I think to arrive at that decision must be one of the hardest in your career. So I like I say, a human first. I hope Mary's okay, and I hope this is the best decision for her, and we'll miss her.
Yeah, and just on Millie's withdrawal, I wonder, as a fellow player, how brave do you think that decision was for Millie herself to say, I need to take a break, and, you know, for her to make that decision herself and not someone else?
I think for anybody to speak out about mental health is a brave thing to do. I think it encourages other people to do the same. So she's leading by example there. And I've personally stayed, you know, I've given Millie a bit of space, I think, when somebody's in that headspace. But naturally, any support that she needs and anything that she needs from the team will be there to give it to her.
Yeah, thanks both. Cheers.
Thanks, Emma. We'll go to Kit.
Hi both. Sarina, you've said you're disappointed and sad about Mary's decision. When you found out that she was retiring, did you try and change her mind at all? Did you say kind of, don't go, we need you? Was there any kind of attempt to keep her around?
Well, of course we have conversations, and as I just said, I want to keep conversations confidential, because that's why we have the conversation together. And she knows I want her in the team, so of course we talked about that.
And were you surprised when she made her decision? Did you have any inkling it was coming, or was it a complete surprise when she told you?
Look, you're asking all these questions, which then gives you insight in our individual conversations we had. I don't want to go that way now.
Okay, fine. And you've had, obviously, Mary's has retired, Millie's dropped out. Is there anything, I suppose, you can do to kind of make sure these withdrawals don't keep happening, or just address any issues there may be, or is it just up to the individual players? If they want to drop out, they drop out, and there's nothing you can do?
As always, we come together, we have conversations with players. I try to connect with players in the best possible way, and of course with clubs. And what you hope is that everyone feels good enough, is fit, feels good enough, feels ready enough to come in. And that's where you're trying to support in. And unfortunately, that is not always the case as we've experienced. I think that's also a part of the increased demands on players on and off the pitch. And we have to keep moving forward and trying to keep giving the support and keep having the conversations together.
And just with Millie specifically, how confident are you that she'll be available for the Euros?
Well, I just hope that this break, that she can have the time, and she takes the time that will help her to get settled again.